Please take a second to look over this disclaimer before proceeding to the rest of this video. Right here, I'm going to be talking about our tools, which are now once again um, back online and available free on our site, amasters.com. I want to talk about some things that we've upgraded and some things that we're going to work on adding to these tools. Quick review and showing you how to use these tools most efficiently. So stay tuned. Okay, let's just dive right in. There are two free tools right now available on our site, amasters.com, and I'm going to jump right in and we're going to take a look at. I'm going to do a quick kind of Cliff Notes review of how to use these tools. And if you came to the site in the last few days, you may have seen a maintenance screen up here on the top of this tool, but this tool is back and fully functional now. This is our fear monger tool. It's a volatility index. It's our custom volatility index which monitors Bitcoin. um, if you're not familiar with volatility indexes, one that's very popular is the VIX. It's a volatility index for S&P 500, and there's an old axiom which says if the VIX is low, time to go. If the VIX is high, time to buy. And that comes from the fact that as this number here gets higher and higher, generally pricing on Bitcoin is going to get lower and lower and lower. And so that will help you to buy low. And as this number gets um, lower and lower and lower, that means pricing is probably going up on Bitcoin. And because of the correlation, generally everything in crypto is going up. And that's the time to consider taking a little off the top. We've got these bears here. There can be up to 5+ bears. And it gives you an idea of where's fear. I'm sorry. Where's fear on the bear side and where is greed, because there can be up to 5+ bulls on the bull side. Um, Always keep an eye on this. This right here. This is our time, and you want to make sure that you're looking at a new update. This updates about every 5 minutes in general. Another thing to look at is our tables here. We have a daily, a weekly, a monthly, and yearly, which is what we've seen since we've been running this data for years. But I've only put this out here free. We've only done that for some months. But this table will give you an idea of where you are right now. This updates automatically on the page without you doing anything. These tables, you have to refresh the page in order to see where you are. How do I use this? I look at where are we right now on a day. We're at 16.235, and I would refresh this. And I'd see, okay, where's the high of the day, which is where there's the most fear at. And that's so far today is 16.51. Where's the low? 16.235. So we're at the low. So if I were to pull up a crypto chart right now, we're probably, especially a Bitcoin chart, we're probably seeing a little resilience on the day. But always be aware that right now, as I'm recording this, this is September the 26th, and it's only 1:45. So the day is only represented by 1 hour and 45 minutes, and there's 24 hours in a day. So this number is very early. So where are we on the week? The week's high is 17.778. So there's a pretty good bit of fear here. How about on the month? 23.72. Again, we're at 16.235. So Right now we're in a fear area. Same thing reflected with 3 bears plus. It's just a quick way for you to get a gauge of fear, and these numbers down here will let you get a gauge of, just from a mathematical, from our little formula, where, how far can we go. And you see, for the year we've seen as high as 44.26. You can see also, even when I recorded my first instructional video, we were at 28. So there's a lot more we can see when it comes to the downside, potentially in crypto. Now let's go over and look at our other free tool. This tool is free right now. We had to go and find a new source um, for this tool to get our data. Prior to this, we were scraping the data. This source, we're actually paying for the data every day. Um, well, on a monthly basis, but we're paying for the data now. So I don't know how long I'm going to remain offering this tool for free. You guys can help by if you're going to participate, if you're going to make some purchases at an exchange, use the links here, because that'll help support the tool. If you're going to buy anyway, it will help support the tool. Now let's talk about the tool and what this is. This is a trade idea leaderboard. Again, there are other videos up here at the top where I go more in depth, show more examples. I'm just going to rush through kind of real quick. And I want to talk especially about the new features. Something I didn't mention in the above videos is our market breadth. And this is the breadth for all of the crypto that we're tracking right now, which is 32. We had to remove some until I find another source for that data. And the breadth is what's positive, what's green in our ideas, and red is what's negative in our ideas. Now, you can take two approaches here. You can buy a Momo. What you see is already running up, and this area here is shaded green. If there's room left, or you can also understand that when this is yellow, then there's a caution in that the run's already been going for a while, and we may be nearing a point where the particular run on that day may stop. Okay, now that's if we were seeing some green. Another way you can play this screener is to look right here. This is a past day, because all 6 of these hourglasses, this just gives you a visual interpretation of the day. I covered that in the earlier videos, but this is how you can tell that it's the 25th over here. So I haven't refreshed this yet, but I wanted to show you what we've changed here. These blocks represent statistical data is to the swing down. This is statistical data is to the swing up. That's why you got that green arrow and you got that red arrow. What you're looking for is imbalances in the market if you want to do some bottom feeding. Okay, so right now Store J usually doesn't swing down. That's his behavioral pattern. It's swing down versus the swings up. You see there's a little imbalance there. There's one block swing down. There's 2 blocks, the potential of the upswing. So that's how I use that. That's if I'm going to try and bottom fish and buy, then I would buy here. And another reason is this isn't a very strong down signal because it's just 9. There's just 9 here. These numbers are going to give you a clue before you ever even get to a chart, but it's not meant to replace the chart. But this lets me know, hey, it may not fall much further on the day, and this day right here. This is September 25th. Now, let's refresh and let's see what we have today. If we even have anything yet. Okay, we've only got one, and we don't have anything here yet today. We've just got 0 to 0. Um, what I also like to do with breath is I like to, if I'm going to bottom feed and look for these super oversold opportunities, I like to see some real blood on the streets. And so I like to see again an imbalance with huge market breadth to the downside over here. Maybe we've got 30 or 32 even red and no green, and that gives me a signal that all of the market is bleeding, and that's when I want to come in. If I'm going to bottom fish, I want to do it then. I want to take those extreme levels, and that's when I start to pinch in and buy. That's another approach. Again, this is a trade idea leaderboard, and it's going to put the highest scores at the top and go down from there. So it's not meant to just hand you out signals. It's meant to be a tool to get you an idea of where to start looking on a chart based on statistical data. Okay, guys, I just wanted to point this out because this is a great day to consider possibly unloading some of your positions if you're already holding something to swing trade. Okay, um, I'm going to focus just on this section here, which is our breath section. And we're looking at this. We got green, we got 36, and over here we got nothing under red. It's just, you know, there's no negativity in the market right now, no momentum to the downside. And there's 39 coins and tokens being tracked right now. Okay. Another thing is I like to look at the cautionary sign. Breath looks amazingly good. And usually when I see something like this, it won't be long till the market's going to get a pullback. It could continue, but if you want to take some off of some positions, this or the opposite of this would be a great time to buy. But um, right now, this is an indication of a great time to sell on the day and possibly, for the week. Okay, so we've got about 30 positions showing caution, even to the upside. The day's halfway finished. Um, this doesn't replace a chart, so let's just go and look at a Bitcoin chart real quick, and let me show you what this looks like. See how we've got this big peak right here. Before we even got to the charts, we already knew that there's a lot of crypto that's really showing this aggressive momentum to the upside. Now, this, if I were in a trade now and we're already here around the average swing up of the week, it might be time to consider unloading. I was just trying to point out, and I waited for a day when we had a huge example of some positive breath, or well, really ultra positive breath. And of course, another thing you'll notice if you go and look at the fear index on our site right here on the home page, you can see that we've got 15.64. That's low. You see there's only 3 bears plus here. We're still in a negative market. That's why I'd consider selling, because there's still fear out here. That number that we're at, that's the low of the day, which means there's less fear, and it's the low of the week. And again, that's a little indication if you were holding something that you had the intention of swing trading. That about covers it, guys. I've talked about how to use the breath. This is market breath here. I've talked about all of the components here for the leaderboard, and I talk a lot about how to use these deviation levels and how to use these volatility swings and statistics to trade something you'll probably be more comfortable trading. If you don't like a lot of volatility, that's read or listen to the videos up here because I talk about that. But the good news is everything's back. Everything's fully functional now, guys. And that's all I had. I'll see you guys on the next video. Once again, this is Alfred for amasters.com.